Hey, so I was curious of something. I was listening to the radio, and they were talking about infidelity or fidelity. I mean, is that possible? Obviously, fidelity is possible, but more or less the question is, what is a graver crime if it's a physical infidelity yet emotional infidelity? Some women, the emotional bonds that you build with them are so strong and so tight and so important that once those are broken, gosh, is it possible to reclaim them? Is it possible to gain that trust again? I'm saying this because last year I was in a situation basically very similar. I was not physically, I did not physically cheat on a person, but I emotionally cheated on a person, and it was a friend, and it was a mistake, and I know it was a mistake, and of course it has to do with the individual, and there, of course, there are individual hangups, being hampered by the past, which is a main thing. Um, Emotional readiness, or my unemotional readiness, my detachment towards a relationship, my inability to communicate. Because one thing you learned is that you have to be able to communicate with the person that you're with, and another thing, you have to be able to accept them for who they are. No, even though you can be two completely opposite people, which we are, as long as you're emotionally connected and you're emotionally accepting of one another, I mean that's great. So, again, physical infidelity or emotional infidelity. Now, is it easier for a woman or a person to forgive? Okay, I slept with this person, just got a physical attractiveness, and okay, don't do it again. Let's move on. Or okay, you're done. But with emotional fidelity, okay, I did not cheat on this person, but I became attracted to this person. I found this person's personality more attractive than you, more easy to get along with than you. I mean, is that more of an insult? I would think. So that's one of those questions that you have to ask yourself when it comes to relationships. Fidelity, the importance of it. Now, I'm very happy to say that, you know what, one thing I will say is that through emotional fidelity, I believe infidelity, you learn a lesson harder. You learn the lesson more. I think it's because emotions are enthralled within it. But once you're able to put the emotions aside and think logically, or think unattached, or just think about the situation, you, you'll come to more of a conclusion. You'll be more profound in that answer, and you'll understand yourself better. Through this, I learned that, you know what, I have difficulties communicating with her, and that's something we, after months apart, and it just really hit me that I love this woman. I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with this woman, but I was not completely open with her, and that was an issue. I mean, if you have to go to therapy, do it. I recommend it. Um, Counseling, relationship counseling is something that's, you know what, if you really want to make it work, you'll do what is necessary. You do what is necessary. But, eh, it's physical infidelity is okay. I got her. I got off. Ugh. I didn't learn anything. I learned that, you know what, she can do a little trick that this other girl can't. And I have been physically. I've been in a position where someone has cheated physically, and it pisses me off. But I was able to forgive, but I was not able to let go, and it did hamper our relationship. And we unfortunately, well, no, unfortunately, we have a child together. And can we communicate? No. Do I want to communicate? No. If we didn't have a child, I don't even think we would talk to each other, unfortunately. But we do. So we have to try to make it cope. But that's just a question I want you to ask yourself. Are you emotionally ready? Are you hampered by the past, hampered by previous relationships? And of course, you can go back to even your relationship with your parents, your relationship with your family. Communication with my family is not strong. People in my family don't tell each other how they feel. Both sides, mother and father. That's something I had to learn on my own. Again, I said emotional readiness, letting go of the past, not being hampered by it, and again, being emotionally enthralled in a relationship and accepting the things the way they are. Um, Accepting your partner for who they are, and understand they're not going to do everything the way you do. You're your own. You have your own set of inert, specialized interaction or specialized interactive events in your life to make you who you are. Like basically, you've done everything to be this person. Okay, I mean nature versus nurture. It's just a fancy way of saying it. You've had these combination of events or environmental cues, along with psychological and physical and biological cues, that made you the person that you are. They're not going to do this. The person you're with is not going to do the same thing you do. So, I mean, that's just a point I wanted to bring across because it's important to me. Thank you for listening. If you have a comment on underneath, I would gladly appreciate it. And tell other people about it. Thank you very much.